Good morning and welcome to New Hanover County Schools The Morning Show. I'm Maggie Caudle.
And I'm Trevor Kerrigan. This is the week of December 28th through January 3rd.
It's the winter break and the holiday season, and our show today celebrates those and the new year.
We have a fun and interesting feature where we'll take a look at different good luck traditions from the new year, from all over the world.
And in our Student Voices segment, we visit the students at Sunset Park Elementary. They tell us what they would like to do in the new year and what they would like to change.
And we close our show today with a fun holiday trivia game that will test our knowledge and our wits.
It's going to be another fantastic show, but first let's check in with our news anchor, Jada Ozigal, who is standing right by now with the Your School News headlines. Good morning, Jada.
Good morning, Maggie and Trevor, and welcome everyone to Your School News here on The Morning Show. Topping the headlines this week, groundbreaking ceremony for the new Porter's Neck School, Freeman students get new hats for the winter, countywide induction ceremony for National Technical Honor Society. I will have all those stories and more coming up later in the show.
Thanks, Jada. We get things going today with a staple here on The Morning Show with the segment we called This Week in History. Our Grand Master of Historical Knowledge has all the headlines from past times and This Week in History, brought to you by Kidsville News.
Welcome to This Week in History. I'm your historical host, Jacob Treemstra, covering all the colorful and amazing events that have left their mark on history's timeline. This is the week of December 28th through January 3rd. December 28th, 1954, the Oscar-winning actor Denzel Washington, who will go on to star in such movies as Malcolm X and Training Day, was born in Mount Vernon, New York. In 2002, Washington became the first black man to win the Best Actor Academy Award since 1964 for his performance as a corrupt cop in Training Day. December 29th, 1170, Archbishop Thomas Becket is brutally murdered in Canterbury Cathedral by 4 knights of King Henry II of England, apparently on orders of the king. The Christian world was shocked by Becket's death, and in 1173 he was canonized as a Catholic saint. December 30th, 1862, the USS Monitor sinks in a storm off Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. Just 9 months earlier, the ship had been a part of a revolution in naval warfare when the ironclad dueled to a standstill with the CSS Virginia in one of the most famous naval battles in American history. December 31st, 1999, the United States officially hands over control of the Panama Canal to Panama. The Panama Canal links the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans and officially opened on August 15, 1914. Since then, over 920,000 ships have used the canal. January 1st, 45 BC. New Year's Day is celebrated on January 1st for the first time in history as the Julian calendar takes effect. Soon after becoming Roman dictator, Julius Caesar decided that the traditional Roman calendar was in dire need of reform. Finally, your weekend history tidbits. January 2nd, 1492. Spain is reconquered. The Kingdom of Granada falls to the Christian forces of King Ferdinand V and Queen Isabella I, and the Moors lose their last foothold in Spain. The city was captured for over 250 years. January 3rd, 1924. 2 years after British archaeologist Howard Carter and his workmen discovered the tomb of the pharaoh Tutankhamun near Luxor, Egypt, they uncover the greatest treasure of the tomb, a stone sarcophagus containing a solid gold coffin that held the mummy of Tutankhamun. That's This Week in History, your ultimate source for those key moments in time. I'm Jacob Treemstra. Thanks for stopping by.
This Week in History is brought to you by Kidsville News, a fun and effective learning resource for children, teachers, and parents. Kidsville News is always free. Copies are delivered every month to every elementary school in the new Hanover County school system.
And join us again next time for another journey through time as we explore the fun, fascinating, entertaining, and educational facts that make up This Week in History.
We have plenty more of the morning show ahead, including the Zoo Files and our Super Civics segment, Bell Ringers.
Don't go away. We'll be right back after this short break.
When you earn your GED diploma, the barriers in your life fall. Take the first step and get free GED information in your area at 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or yourged.org. Earn your GED diploma and begin your brighter future.
Welcome back to the morning show. I'm Maggie Cottle.
And I'm Trevor Kerrigan.
The New Year is upon us, and people all across the globe are celebrating.
For many people, the New Year is also a time to change your luck, especially your bad luck.
And because of this, nearly every culture has formed a unique tradition to bring the person good luck for the new year.
Today, we have a special feature highlighting many of those traditions from many different countries.
So, if you're looking for some good luck in 2016, you may want to try one of these traditions.
With New Year's upon us, here's a look at some of the good luck rituals from around the world. They are believed to bring good fortune and prosperity in the coming year. In Brazil, the lentilo is believed to signify wealth, so on the first day of the new year, they serve lentilo soup and lentilos and rice. Also in Brazil, on New Year's Eve, priestess of the local Macumba voodoo cult dress in blue skirts and white blouses for a ceremony dedicated to the goddess of war, Iemanjá. A sacrificial boat laden with flowers, candles, and jewelry is pushed out to sea. In Denmark, it is a good sign to find your door heaped with a pile of broken dishes at New Year's. Old dishes are saved year-round to be thrown at friends' homes on New Year's Eve. Many broken dishes are a sign that you have many friends. New Year's Eve in Denmark is framed by two important broadcasts on television and radio. The monarch's New Year's speech at 6 p.m. and the striking of midnight by the town hall clock in Copenhagen, which marks the start of the new year. In England, the British place their fortunes for the coming year in the hands of their first guests. They believe the first visitor each year should be a male and bearing gifts. Traditional gifts are coal for the fire, a loaf of bread for the table, and a drink for the master. For good luck, the guest should enter through the front door and leave through the back. Guests who are empty-handed or unwanted are not allowed to enter first. In Germany, people would drop molten lead into cold water and try to tell their future from the shape it made. A heart or a ring meant a wedding. A ship, a journey. A pig, plenty of food in the year ahead. People would also leave a bit of every food eaten on New Year's Eve on their plate until midnight as a way to ensuring a well-stocked cabinet. Carp was included as it was thought to bring wealth. In Wales, at the first toll of midnight, the back door is open and then shut to release the old year and lock out all of its bad luck. Then at the 12th stroke of the clock, the front door is opened and the new year is welcomed in with all of its luck. In Haiti, New Year's Day is a sign of the year to come. Haitians wear new clothing and exchange gifts in hope that it will bode well for the coming year. An old Sicilian tradition says good luck will come to those who eat lasagna on New Year's Day. But woe if you dine on macaroni or any other noodle will bring bad luck. In Spain, when the clock strikes midnight, the Spanish eat 12 grapes, one with every toll of the clock, to bring good luck for the 12 months ahead. Even theater productions and movies are interrupted to carry out this custom. In Peru, the Peruvian New Year's custom is a spin of the Spanish tradition of eating 12 grapes at the turn of the year. But in Peru, a 13th grape must be eaten to ensure the good luck lasts. The Portuguese also eat 12 grapes from a bunch as the clock strikes 12 on New Year's Eve to ensure 12 happy months in the coming year. In addition, children go caroling from home to home and are given treats and coins. They sing old songs which is said to bring good luck. In South Africa, they ring in the New Year with church bells ringing and gunshots being fired. For those in Cape Providence, New Year's Day and Seconds New Year's Day are full of carnivals where people dress in colorful costumes and dance in the streets to the sound of drums. New Year in Pakistan is celebrated as a time of renewal. One of the customs is the practice of burning piles of wood. The bonfires are a symbol to destroy any remaining evil from the previous year. Norwegians make rice pudding at New Year's and hide one whole almond within it. Guaranteed wealth goes to the person whose servings holds the lucky almond. In China, front doors are traditionally painted red to bring in good omens. The Chinese also believe that dragons, fish, elephants, and cranes represent good luck and prosperity. Many people have statues or pictures of these animals in strategic parts of their house. And finally, the United States. Eating black-eyed peas and greens on New Year's Day will bring good luck and financial prosperity. The peas represent good luck and the greens represent money. And of course, kissing at midnight is a long-standing tradition. Kiss someone dear to you at midnight and it will ensure affection for the next 12 months. No matter where you are in the world this New Year's, be sure to ring it in with a good luck tradition. Who knows? It could make 2016 your year.
That was a great segment. I wonder if I tried all the traditions, how my luck would be.
Who knows? You might be our next Powerball winner. If you are, be sure to remember your friends here at NHCS TV.
I will. It's now time to send it over to the news desk for more Your School news and our news anchor, Jada Ozigal, who's standing by. Good morning, Jada.
Good morning and welcome to Your School News on the Morning Show. I'm Jada Ozigal. New Hanover County Schools members of the New Hanover County Board of Education and New Hanover County Commissioners celebrated the groundbreaking of the new Porter's Neck Elementary School. With a complete report on your event is YSN reporter Gloria Gold.
Under a cloudy sky, members of the New Hanover County Board of Education and New Hanover County Commissioners celebrated the groundbreaking of the new Porter's Neck Elementary School. The ceremony featured a presentation of colors by the Laney High School JROTC and singing by Blair Elementary students. New Hanover County Board of Education Chairman Donald S. Hayes and County Commissioner Chairman Jonathan Barfield and Superintendent Dr. Tim Markley spoke at the event.
Folks, Ben Franklin said that an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. And that's what we're doing today. We are investing in in knowledge, but also investing in our community. Because a new school is a commitment by all of the citizens in New Hanover County to not only the students, but also to growth. Because when folks come to New Hanover County, they're looking for a lot of things, but one of the things they look at, one of the things they keep telling us about is they're looking at the school system. And I cannot thank the county commissioners enough and board members and the bond folks for that support.
The new school will be built along Edgewater Club Road, and a majority of the construction is expected to be completed by 2017. Once ready to be occupied, the students from Blair Elementary will call the school home, while their old school is torn down and a new Blair is built. While a number of smaller projects connected with the recently passed school bond have already begun, this is the first visible sign of bond money in action. It's an exciting time for both the school and the county who work together to get this project funded.
I think New Hanover County, we've always been very fortunate to have a very good relationship with our county commissioners and our school board, and each has a role to play. Our role is to work in the field of education, offering the best possible for our young people. And as part of the responsibilities of the county commissioners is to help fund these things through bond proposals, which they have to approve. But we have met, we meet monthly, keeping each body informed.
The school is expected to cost approximately $17 million, including design, construction, and all other associated expenses. The construction of the new elementary school is made possible by the approval of a $160 million education bond referendum last year. Following the groundbreaking, a ceremony was held at Blair Elementary School in the Media Center. It was a great time for board members and commissioners to talk with and get to know many of the Blair students who will call the new Porter's Neck School home in a year or so. Reporting for your school news, this is Gloria Gold.
Rachel Freeman School of Engineering is fortunate to have an ongoing partnership with the Lutheran Church of Reconciliation, located in Ogden. Church member Nancy Shine decided she wanted to do something for the children. In fact, she wanted to do something that involved knitting. The result of her desire turned into a major project and the donation of 500 handmade hats to every student at Rachel Freeman Elementary. Inspired by her sister, who did a similar project through Knights of Columbus in Richmond, Virginia, Shine devised a plan to have the hats by November and recruited help from her neighbors and her church. Best of all, no money was spent on the project, thanks to the generous donation of a van full of yarn. The theater department at Laney High School has much to celebrate as they bring home honors from the 2015 NCTC State High School Play Festival, held at Greensboro College. The theater program led by Brent Holland made the school and community proud with their presentation of A Game at the Festival, and the theater department is thrilled to bring home a superior rating for their production, as well as awards for excellence in makeup and acting.
Well, I did win the Excellence in Acting at the regional competition, so that was really exciting, but I definitely was not expecting to win at the state competition, but it really did kind of feel like being at the Oscars. It just felt really great to hear that, like, my name being called in front of the whole audience and being, like, recognized for the excellence in acting. It was just really exciting for me.
Normally we have a bigger cast, and our other show that we did at regional competition was most of the class, but the show that actually moved on to state was a show called A Game. And it was only 4 cast members. It was a fantasy piece. They were all in full face makeup, kind of looked like the Road Warriors from the 1980s. And I picked those 4 because they work well together. All 4 were seniors and have been in my program for a long time, and they were really fantastic, both at the regional level and state.
For more than 30 years, the NCTC High School Play Festival has strengthened arts education in schools by bringing curriculum to life, challenging students to do their very best work and contributing to the development of future audiences for live performing arts. The program was named one of the top high school theater festivals by Stage Directions magazine. It is the largest high school theater event in the Southeast and has been replicated in 9 other states. This year, 3,000 students from 90 schools performed 118 plays. For all the latest on New Hanover County Schools, join us weekdays at 5:30 p.m. here on Time Warner Cable Channel 5 and Charter Cable Channel 191 for your school news, a complete half hour of all the latest news and information from New Hanover County Schools. Now back over to our hosts.
Thanks, Jada. In addition to watching your school news and the morning show, you can see many of NHCS TV's programming online.
Just go to the school system's website at www.nhcs.net and click on the NHCS TV logo right there on the front page.
You can watch great programs there like the Sports Roundtable, The Forum, and Up Front with the Superintendent.
It's an excellent way to watch our programming whenever you want.
Shifting gears now, we have everyone's favorite segment from the North Carolina Zoo at Asheboro. The Zoo Files tells us all about the different animals, exhibits, and happenings at the zoo.
For many years, the North Carolina Zoo has been involved in a variety of programs to help save endangered animals, both here in our state and in other parts of the world. The zoo's conservation efforts range from elephants and gorillas in Cameroon, Africa, to red wolves and salamanders right here in our state. One of the latest projects also reaches into Africa in the nation of Niger. Keeper Dana Urbanski tells us how eggs are helping to save the Earth's largest bird species, the ostrich.
Ostriches can run as fast as 35 miles an hour. They have a wingspan of 6 feet, but they cannot fly. The red-necked ostrich has been decimated in 95% of its range. Here at North Carolina Zoo, we have 5 female ostrich, 3 at the Forest Edge exhibit and 2 at the African Plains exhibit. Since we do not have any male ostrich, our females lay infertile eggs. By drilling a hole at one end and using canned air, we remove the yolk from the eggs. The eggs are then rinsed out, dried, and sent to the gift shops for sale. 100% of the proceeds goes to the Sahara Conservation Fund for the Adopt an Ostrich program in Niger, Africa. Ostrich eggs are the largest eggs of the bird species. They are the smallest, though, in relation to the size of the ostrich. The eggs approximately weigh 3 pounds, and this is 20 times the weight of a chicken egg. Ostrich are a pretty popular animal at the zoo because they're very interesting to look at. Visitors really enjoy coming to the ostrich exhibit because they're in a mixed species exhibit with giraffe and zebra.
The Ostrich Egg Project is just another example of the North Carolina Zoo's commitment to wildlife conservation. If you'd like to learn more, please check out our website at nczoo.org. Reporting for the Zoo Files, I'm Rod Hackney, connecting your life to wildlife.
North Carolina Zoo near Asheboro is open year-round. For information, call 1-800-488-0444 or visit the zoo website at www.nczoo.org.
That was another excellent edition of the Zoo Files. Thank you, Rod.
From zoo news to science news, we're thrilled to bring you the National Science Foundation's online magazine, Science Nation.
In this feature, they examine the breakthroughs and the possibilities for new discoveries about our planet, our universe, and ourselves.
Each week, Science Nation takes a dynamic, entertaining look at the research and the researchers that will change our lives.
Now you see him, now you don't. This is a sandfish, and his slithering moves could one day help search and rescue crews find survivors in piles of rubble left from disasters like Hurricane Katrina.
The sandfish is a little lizard that lives in the Sahara Desert, and it manages to move around on the surface of sand using its limbs, and when startled, it dives into the sand using its body to propel itself.
With support from the National Science Foundation, physicist Daniel Goldman and his team at Georgia Tech use X-rays to track the lizard's underground movements. They've even developed a robot to mimic its locomotion. They say the sandfish tucks its limbs close to its belly and swims through sand, sort of like an eel wiggles its way through the water.
The sandfish propagates a wave down its body from its head to its tail, and the wave of the body pushes against the material, and the material then pushes the animal forward.
This is his body. It's very square shaped.
Researchers say this lizard's chiseled body and its shovel-shaped head are what help it slice through sand. It happens so fast that the sand around the lizard takes on the characteristics of a fluid, and the sandfish literally swims through it.
The animal is essentially pushing off the fluid that it creates.
Goldman says there are engineers working to incorporate the sandfish movements into deployable robots that could one day help canine search teams find survivors more quickly.
Good boy! It would be nice to have a device like a sandfish robot that could swim around in rubble or debris to get into small spaces to go look for trapped people or hazardous chemicals.
Anything that we can do to save lives is a good idea. You only have so much time to get those people out.
So while he may not look like a hero, this little sandfish is teaching us a lot about what it takes to worm through rugged terrain and debris, and could one day save lives. For Science Nation, I'm Miles O'Brien.
That was another great segment from Science Nation.
It was. There are so many interesting science stories. I'm glad we feature a new episode of Science Nation each week.
I look forward to seeing more.
Now, as we head to break, we have the word of the week. Each week, we highlight an advanced English word, so if you like having an extensive and impressive vocabulary, try learning our word of the week.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
What state am I?
I'm the southernmost of the New England states. My capital is known as the insurance capital of the world. I'm home to the oldest continuously published paper in the U.S. Do you know who I am? If you guessed Connecticut, you're right. I received statehood in 1788.
This United States factoid has been brought to you by New Hanover County Schools on the Learning Network of the Cape Fear.
Welcome back to the morning show. Each month, we poll students on their thoughts from a host of questions. These questions range from local and national current events to topics that are just for fun. We featured their answers in a segment we call Student Voices. Since this is our holiday and New Year edition of the morning show, this week we asked students at Sunset Park Elementary, what is one thing you would like to change and one thing you would like to do in the new year? And here's what they had to say.
For what I would like to do and change, I would like to turn my A's to, all my B's to straight A's, and I would like to celebrate Earth Day more than I do.
I would like to change all the violence in the world. I would like to get good grades on my report card in 2016.
Well, I wouldn't really like to change anything about myself, but I would like to change a lot of things around the world, like world hunger and like bullying. That's like not cool, so I think we should not have that. And what a New Year's resolution for myself is I would like to just get really good grades and to travel around the world. That'd be cool.
And this year I want to get all A's. Next year I want to get healthier by doing Strad, and that's running, and that's sort of like track.
I would like to change oil spill that is killing our water supply. And I would like to go to New York.
I would like to get all A's in all of my subjects, and I would like to get my anger out more quickly so that I don't have to yell at people at my house.
In 2016, I would like to play soccer and not give up on it. And I would like to change bullying at my school because my school is a no bully zone.
I would like to get all A's in school and make the world a better place by helping other people and helping pick up trash. And I would like to next year make it so that kids can have a better lunch, like they can pick what they want for lunch. And I would like to make it so that kids would be able to have treats, but not as many.
What I would like to do in 2016 is to get all straight A's in my report cards and tests. And what I would like to change in 2016 is to play a game named freerice.com, and it's every time you get an answer right, you get 10 pieces of rice. You give 10 pieces of rice for free to the people in need.
If I could change one thing in the world, I would definitely give homes to the people in need, and so they can feel loved and they can just live a normal life. And so how I do that is I would raise money to do that in 2016.
I would like to do is get straight A's in the new year, and I would like to change myself by being more active and healthy.
Thank you, Sunset Park Elementary and Principal Jerry Martin. Trevor, how do you feel about the new year? Is there something you would like to change or do?
Well, next semester I'll really be focusing on graduating and just getting out of high school. What about you, Maggie?
I think I'd like to work more diligently on my schoolwork, try to get better grades.
All right. Well, at this point during our illustrious show, usually we bring you the week's lunch menu. However, since there's no school this week, we have a special segment of Food Facts.
In Food Facts, specialists from the New Hanover County Child Nutrition Office join us with important information for healthy living and happy lives. This week, Melissa Flynn helps us keep that New Year's resolution to eat better by sharing some recommended guidelines.
Hi, I'm Melissa Flynn, dietetic intern with the New Hanover County Schools Child Nutrition Program, and today I will be discussing how to have a nutritious New Year by following the Dietary Guidelines for Americans. The Dietary Guidelines provides evidence-based food and beverage recommendations for Americans ages 2 and older. These recommendations aim to promote health, prevent chronic disease, and help people reach and maintain a healthy weight. The key recommendations provided by the Dietary Guidelines emphasize a diet rich in vegetables, fruit, whole grains, seafood, legumes, and nuts. It also suggests moderate consumption of low-fat and non-fat dairy, as well as moderate intake of alcohol for adults. Finally, the Dietary Guidelines recommend lowering intakes of red and processed meat, sugar-sweetened food and beverages, and refined grains. Meeting your nutrient needs can be accomplished by following the dietary patterns identified by the Dietary Guidelines. These patterns are the Healthy US, Healthy Mediterranean, and Healthy Vegetarian styles. All of these patterns follow the general guidelines, emphasizing fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and dairy, while limiting red meat, sodium, processed meats, sweets, and sugar-containing beverages like soda. The Healthy US style eating pattern emphasizes regular consumption of fatty fish, which is a good source of omega-3 fatty acids and may improve heart health. Nuts are also a good source of healthy fats and fiber, which has numerous health benefits, including controlling blood sugar. The Healthy Mediterranean pattern incorporates olive oils, which have been shown to lower bad cholesterol when used in place of saturated fats such as butter and animal fats. This pattern often includes small amounts of wine with meals, which has been suggested to raise good cholesterol. The Healthy Vegetarian style eating pattern incorporates various sources of protein, such as soy, beans, and eggs. These diets are low in saturated fat and high in fiber. All three of these eating patterns have been associated with decreased risk of cardiovascular diseases, including coronary heart disease and stroke. They are also linked to favorable outcomes related to body weight and the risk of obesity. Need another reason to adopt these habits? Think green. The 2015 Dietary Guidelines for Americans Committee found that diets such as the three I just talked about correspond with more sustainable practices by reducing greenhouse gas emissions and land, water, and energy use. For more information on eating healthy, visit health.gov or choosemyplate.gov. I hope you have found this information helpful, and I wish you a very happy and healthy New Year. For the Child Nutrition Department, I'm Melissa Flynn.
Thank you, Melissa. That was a lot of great information. We hope it helps everyone start their new year off eating healthy.
Bell Ringers is our next segment this morning, and it's in the C-SPAN classroom. This series features a biography of each of our country's presidents. Beginning with our first show of the school year, we started with our first president, George Washington. Each week, we feature the next president until we've covered them all and bring the series to a close next summer. Enjoy learning about the people who have led our country in this riveting series. Here's this week's episode of Bell Ringers.
While attending the inauguration of his successor, Abraham Lincoln, in 1860, President James Buchanan remarked,
"My dear sir,
If you are as happy on entering the White House as I am on leaving, you are a very happy man indeed.
Following Lincoln's swearing in, Buchanan returned to his estate, Wheatland, in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and for the next 7 years, before his death on June 1, 1868, quietly retired from public life. On April 23, 1791, James Buchanan was born in a log cabin in Cove Gap, near Mercersburg, Pennsylvania. Over 6 feet tall with broad shoulders, his most defining physical characteristic was his contorted neck. In order to compensate for the nearsighted vision he suffered in one eye and the farsighted vision in the other, Buchanan would cock his head to one side and close the eye he did not need in order to focus. While cartoonists made light of the white hair he combed into a peak on the top of his head, writers described his personality as both courteous and loyal. He was also known to have been a generous man, lavishly giving money to family, friends, and the poor. Additionally, Buchanan bought slaves in Washington in order to turn around and free them in Pennsylvania. Ironically, however, the Dred Scott decision was handed down by the Supreme Court on March 6, 1857, 2 days after Buchanan's inaugural. While Buchanan opposed slavery on moral grounds, he also thought it was rooted in the Constitution and could not be changed. Buchanan's administration was quickly plagued by the issue of whether Kansas should be admitted as a free or slave state. Before the 15th president was elected into office, he served in the House of Representatives and the Senate. He was also appointed Secretary of State and Minister of Great Britain. While supporters praised his integrity, critics complained that he was not a consistent political ally. In 1832, Andrew Jackson assigned him to serve as U.S. Minister to Russia, and later remarked,
"It was as far as I could send him out of my sight, and where he could do the least harm. I would have sent him to the North Pole if we had kept a minister there."
Buchanan was the first and only bachelor president. While in his 20s, he was engaged to Anne Coleman. She ended their relationship before the wedding for unknown reasons, and soon after died. Some speculate that she committed suicide. Buchanan was devastated.
I have lost the only earthly object of my affections, without whom life now presents me a dreary blank. My prospects are all cut off, and I feel my happiness will be buried with her in the grave.
Harriet Lane, whom Buchanan described as a mischievous romp of a niece, acted as hostess throughout his presidency. Buchanan was a Democratic candidate for president twice before his actual election in 1856 with Vice President John Breckinridge. In addition to the Kansas question, Buchanan also faced an economic recession known as the Panic of 1857, the John Brown raid on Harper's Ferry, and the secession of South Carolina. Fearful of being blamed for these and other problems that beleaguered his administration, Buchanan remarked,
I have always felt that I discharged every public duty imposed on me constitutionally. I have no regret for any public act of my life, and history will vindicate my memory.
As we head into a break, we continue our focus on our wonderful country with a fun series of bumpers.
The United States has a rich, interesting history and a unique system of government. Knowing about our country is a very important part of being a good citizen.
Take our quick civics quiz and see what you know, or perhaps it will help you learn more about U.S. history and government.
There are so many fun things we all can do to be healthier, no matter who you are or where you are. So let's move.
And we're underway.
Let's stretch in the grass.
And we're ready to go.
Let's play tag.
What a play!
Let's jump up and down.
What a way to finish
And most of all, let's eat better so that we have the energy we need to play an hour a day, every day.
Anyone can play. Just go to letsmove.gov to learn more.
For more simple ways to fight the flu, visit www.flu.gov.
Welcome back to The Morning Show. I'm Trevor Kerrigan, and my co-host is Maggie Caudle. It's time for NC Happenings. Everyone should get out their pen and paper as we take a trip across the state and look at the events taking place in the coming month.
Whether you're looking for adventure or relaxation, mountains or beaches, the rhythm of the city life, or the tranquility of nature, there's something happening for everyone here in North Carolina.
Date, January 8th. Place, Marion. Event, Woody's Original Mountain Music. Free bluegrass jam with an ever-changing lineup of musicians and musical styles. Join Max Woody and his friends for all the fun. Any and all musicians are welcome to add their unique flavor to the mix. The event goes on from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. For more information, call them at 828-724-4158.
Date, January 16th and 17th. Place, Curry Beach. Event, the 151st anniversary of the Battle of Fort Fisher. Commemorate the 151st Battle of Fort Fisher with a weekend of special events, including a recreation of the January 1865 Union attack on Fort Fisher. Visitors can purchase tickets for the Above the Scenes tour, where they can hear the story of the fort while walking to the top of the traverse. There will also be hands-on activities for adults and children alike. Admission is free. The event starts at 10 o'clock a.m. and goes to 4 o'clock p.m. For more information, call 877-945-6386.
Date, January 18th. Place, High Point. Event, James Gregory, the funniest man in America. Using homespun comedy, common sense wisdom, old-fashioned values, and politically incorrect humor, Gregory pokes fun at crazy relatives, modern sensitive parents, and out-of-control environmentalists. Admission ranges from $30 to $50 depending on seating. The show starts at 8 p.m. and ends on 10 p.m. At 10 p.m. For more information, call 336-887-3001.
Date, January 24th. Place, Fayetteville. Event, Star Trek: The Ultimate Voyage. This lavish production includes an impressive live symphony orchestra and an international special solo instruments. People will experience the franchise's groundbreaking and wildly popular musical achievements, while the most iconic Star Trek film and TV footage is simultaneously beamed in high definition to a 40-foot wide screen. Admissions range from $45 to $75, and the event will go from 6:30 p.m. until 9 p.m. If you have questions, you can call 910-438-4100.
Date, January 30th. Place, Raleigh. Event, 15th Annual African American Cultural Celebration. Join us for the statewide kickoff to Black History Month by celebrating our state's diverse heritage and culture. Fill your tummy with food and listen to beautiful music. This year's theme is civil rights. Admission is free, and the event starts at 10:30 a.m. and ends at 4:30 p.m. To learn more, go to their website at www.ncmuseumofhistory.org.
If these events weren't enough for you, or you're looking for something different to do, then check out the website www.visitnc.com. Under the Upcoming Events tab, you'll be able to sort and search for something that suits your need.
It's time now for more Your School News, so let's send it back over to our news anchor, Jada Ozigal.
Thank you, Maggie and Trevor, and welcome everyone to Your School News here on The Morning Show. The Career Technical Education Department of New Hanover County Schools conducted a county-wide induction ceremony of students into the National Technical Honor Society. The ceremony was held at Roland Grice Middle School, and YSN reporter Johan Yellow was there.
The Career Technical Education Department of New Hanover County Schools recently conducted their county-wide induction ceremony of students into the National Technical Honor Society. Current and new members were on hand representing Ashley, Hoggard, Laney, New Hanover, and Wilmington Early College High Schools. The purpose of the National Technical Honor Society is to recognize and honor student excellence in career and technical programs. Students are encouraged to reach for high levels of scholastic achievement, develop workplace skills and values, and enhance self-esteem. Through the organization, the members cultivate a desire for personal excellence and success in today's highly competitive workplace.
For students inducted into the National Technical Honor Society, it's an elevation of heightened preparedness for those career options that they've chosen. For the students, they are like the cream of the crop in our career and technical programs. These are students that excel, they're driven, they're focused, and they're prepared for the next transition from high school into whether it's continuing education or going directly into the workforce.
To be eligible for membership, students must be a junior or senior currently enrolled in or have completed a Level 2 course or concentration in a career technical education pathway. They must also have an overall unweighted GPA of 3.25 and an unweighted GPA of 3.5 in their chosen career and technical education courses. Being inducted into the National Technical Honor Society was a huge accomplishment for the students.
I mean, it means a lot. It's very professional. It has a lot of credit to it, so I like it. I love it. It gives those who are interested in this field a name.
It has inspired me to actually pursue this, and I'm hoping to go to UNC Charlotte to pursue my master's degree in network engineering and hopefully to succeed in life.
It's a huge achievement in my opinion. I feel really good about it, and I'm really glad that I got to be a part of everything tonight.
The induction ceremony was a meaningful event for the students. It allowed family, friends, and supportive school staff a chance to celebrate in their achievement. Reporting for Your School News, this is Johan Yellow.
The Murray Middle School Theater Department invited community members and parents out to watch their performance of The Fearsome Pirate Frank under the direction of theater teacher Hillary Peoples. As the story goes, the star of a popular pirate play, The Fearsome Pirate Frank, is the teenage heartthrob of every girl in Shakespearean England, even though he can't remember his lines for the life of him. However, when the actor playing Frank and his supporting cast get kidnapped by real pirates during one of the productions, it's goodbye stardom, hello servitude on a real pirate ship. The narrators and a stream of hilarious sign carriers kept the show moving as we saw the pirate actors swabbing the decks under the orders of the real pirate Frank, who happens to be a woman. But pirate actors were not the only ones hijacked in this comic romp. Nightmare sailors, zombie pirates, and hypnotizing mermaids filled the zany spoof with pop culture, and even Spider-Man was involved in this production. The play was filled with great acting, superb props, and fantastic costumes. Williams Elementary School hosted a thankful breakfast honoring members of the Downtown Rotary. The Downtown Rotary has been a Williams community partner for 4 years, donating resources and time to promote literacy at Williams. At the breakfast, Downtown Rotary members enjoyed coffee, conversation, and helping others. Many of the members got kids together, helped them read, and talked to them about what they do for the community. In addition to working directly with the Williams students, the Rotary also awarded the school a grant for the purchase of bilingual books. Williams principal Amy Oates has also been recognized by the local chapter for her work with the Rotary's Literacy Committee. The Rotary Club works with 6 schools in New Hanover County as part of its main focus in improving literacy. That's all for now. To watch this week's edition of Your School News online, visit the school system's website at www.nhcs.net and click on the NHCS TV logo on your homepage. Now back over to Maggie and Trevor.
Thanks, Jada. Now, to end today's show, we will play a fun holiday game called the Christmas Challenge.
This exciting game will test our knowledge from movies, to traditions, to songs, and you at home can play along too.
Let's send it back over to Jada, who has all the details. Welcome back, Jada.
Thank you. Today we have a festive holiday challenge. I will ask a trivia question. If you think you know the answer, you must buzz. The first person to buzz gets to answer. If you blurt out an answer without buzzing or winning the buzz, it will not count. Also, if you buzz before I finish asking a question, you will have to answer it then. I will not read the rest. In addition, I will not reread the question unless I have read it fully and no one has buzzed. Finally, if you are both stumped on one, I will give you the answer and we will move on. Also, 2/3 of the way through the questions will change to a new challenge, so be prepared. Okay, contestants, are you ready? Here we go. Okay. So, the first question is, who once stole Christmas? Yes, Trevor.
The Grinch.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, number 2. Who helped Santa Claus in making his gifts? Yes, Maggie.
The elves.
Yes, that's correct. And Mrs. Claus, by the way. Okay, who was the star of the Christmas movie Jingle All the Way?
I didn't see that.
It's been years since I've seen that.
Okay.
I don't know.
I can say it. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay, number 4. What is the first name of Scrooge, the principal character of the novel A Christmas Carol? Yes, Maggie.
Ebenezer?
Yes, that's correct.
No, it started with an E.
Okay, number 5. How many reindeer drive Santa Claus's sleigh if you count Rudolph? Yes, Trevor.
9.
That's correct. Number 6. Who invented electric Christmas lights?
Is that common knowledge?
I don't think so.
Okay. No? It was Thomas Edison in 1880.
That's what I was going to say it as a joke, but okay.
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 Okay. Number 7. The legend of Santa Claus is associated with which saint or monk? Yes, Trevor.
Saint Nick? Nicholas?
Yes. Yes. Okay. Number 8. How many ghosts are in A Christmas Carol? Yes, Maggie?
3.
There's actually 4. You were really...
Who's the 4th? I'm sorry.
Okay, number 9. What was the name of the animated Christmas movie featuring Tom Hanks?
Tom Hanks.
I didn't know there was one featuring Tom Hanks.
I'm trying to hear his voice in my head and think.
You don't know? It was the Polar Express.
That's right.
I didn't know that.
Okay, number 10. Which Christmas song holds the credit as the most selling Christmas single of all time? Yes, Trevor.
All I Want for Christmas Is You?
No. Do you know the answer, Maggie?
No.
Okay, the answer is White Christmas.
Yeah. I was just trying to think of how many pop covers I've heard of
Yeah.
Christmas songs.
Okay, number 11. Which company made the concept of Santa Claus popular worldwide? Yes.
Coca-Cola.
Wow, yes, that's correct. Okay, number 12. Who said, "Don't you cry, I'll be back again someday"?
I know this.
I feel like I should know it.
Oh my god. I can hear it in my head. Okay. I'll just guess.
Yes.
Is it Santa?
No. Do you want me to repeat what they said? Don't you cry, I'll be back again someday? Trevor?
The Terminator? I don't know.
Okay, well, the answer is Frosty the Snowman. Okay.
Should have known that.
Okay, number 13. In the movie A Christmas Story, What was Santa's response to Ralphie's request for a BB gun for Christmas? Yes.
You'll shoot your eye out.
That's correct. Okay, number 14. What child actor starred in the Christmas movie Home Alone?
I cannot remember his name.
I don't know his name. I know the face, don't know his name.
It's... go ahead.
Okay, it's Macaulay Culkin. Okay, so we are 2/3 of the way through now. Okay, so now our final 7 questions are a little tricky. I will give you a literal description of a Christmas song title, and you have to name the song.
Oh boy.
For example, I would say, a long piece of thread that holds material that surrounds the foot together, and the answer would be shoestring. Only my question for you is to describe a Christmas song. The same rules apply to using the buzzer. Here goes the name, so name the song. Okay, number 15. I witnessed with my own eyes my mother engaged in an embrace with an overweight bearded man in a red snowsuit. Yes.
I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus.
Yes, that's correct.
I just wanted to hear the whole thing.
Okay, number 16. Bestowing an emotion of great delight or happiness on the third celestial body in orbit around the sun.
What's the third one?
Yes.
Joy to the world?
Yes, that's actually correct.
Oh.
Nice.
I was trying to think of a Christmas song with Earth in the title, but I couldn't.
Okay, number 17. Apply ornamental decorative items to the house's connective passageways.
Oh,
yes.
Deck the halls.
Yep, that's correct. Okay, number 18. My parents' mother was involved in an unexpected trampling incident with an antlered creature of the... Yes?
Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
Yes, that's correct. Okay. Number 19. A complete absence of sound during the time for sunset to sunrise. Yes.
Silent night.
That's
Wait,
correct.
I was the first, right?
Yeah, you were.
Okay, number 20. The only thing I desire to acquire on the 25th day of December is a pair of prostheses attached to the forward section of my jaw. Yes.
All I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth.
That's actually correct, yes. Okay.
Let's just gonna say that's actually wrong.
I just want to hear the whole thing because these are awesome.
I'm trying to catch up and then I'll hear the whole thing.
Okay, 21. It is our sincerest desire for you to experience a December 25th full of... Yes.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Yes, that's correct. Okay, so that's all for the questions in our holiday trivia challenge. Winner is... Trevor! Congratulations.
Good game.
Yes, good game.
Well, that does it for this edition of The Morning Show.
For the best TV of all, each and every day, keep it tuned right here for New Hanover County Schools TV on the Learning Network of the Cape Fear.
Have a great day.
And a wonderful week.